prophets. And what we want to do is kind of anoint all the people that we love, because we want them to grow. We want things to go well for them. We want them to have goodness. And therefore we can kind of say, meditate on the idea when we pour in the oil, that we want to recognize the royalty of each person that interact with, that we are all royals, we're all children of God, we're all princes and princesses. And therefore, no matter who I interact with, who may be a little bit differently, what royal thing, what goodness, what beauty can I find in every single other person who is also created in God, with God's spark, with his soul and godliness. And to also realize for ourselves that sometimes when we're down, we're also anointed, we're also great, and there's always something unique and special about us to give, even when we don't always feel that way about ourselves. And with that, let us add our flour, which is going to be our last ingredient, and our salt. So 3 cups of flour that, thank God, stayed in one place and did not get all over my counter. And we can start mixing that together. Or if you like to use your hands, I'm one of those people that, as you see, it's not my white gloves, but I always cook and bake with gloves on. It's just a Sarah thing for those who know me. And the dough is coming out really nice and sticky and getting together nicely. And when we think about it, what does flour and wheat represent? Flour and wheat represents sustenance. And when we do this, and when we're mixing our dough, we can meditate and say a prayer, asking God to help us sustain ourselves, our families, our relationships, and to also sift away all the things, any kind of negative thought or negative energy that we might have. And as we know, like we said, flour is sustenance and the bread of life. And therefore we ask God that the same way he provides wheat to develop, may we also have the wisdom and the wherewithal and strength to take everything that we have in life and bring it out to its fullest potential, and to elevate it and to sanctify it, and to remove any negativity that we may have. So with that, let's continue to do our dough and add your salt to it as you're mixing. And you should have a beautiful little piece of dough that might be a little bit sticky. And there's just really one other beautiful idea I'd want to share, and then I want to ask you if you had anything to share with us. And that is, it's very interesting. I bake challah a lot, and I run challah bakes for our community, and have people come over and say, Sarah, can we come bake challah with you and learn how to make challah? And challah is very unique. And people will say to me, even the people come to my house, and then they're coming that Friday night and joining us for Shabbat before, Corona, before the pandemic. We host a lot of people for Shabbat. And the challahs wouldn't taste the same. I could have made one challah, and my friend next to me could have made another challah, and we're having it at Shabbat dinner that night, and it doesn't taste the same. Why? Because challah, like each one of us, is unique. And just as we're a mixture of nature and nurture, so too every challah is a mixture of all the things that we put inside right now, and the spirituality and love that we infuse in our challah dough, and the care that we bring to it. And therefore, one of the things I've personally learned from challah is it's like a metaphor to life. Because the same way, what happens, the more care and the more thought we put into people, the better they become, even though we're all unique and we're all different, and we all have different gifts and talents to bring to this world. But at the end of the day, the more attention and the more thought we give to something, and the more we spend time with it, the better it becomes, right? So I can make challah really quickly these days because I've been making challah for about 30 years. So therefore people come and say, but Sarah, you do it so quickly, and I had to learn to slow down when I'm sharing challah experiences with other people. So when we infuse our joy, our fear, our love, and attention as we braid and form the challah, and we reflect back at ourselves and who we are, and think, how can we manifest that externally? How can we share that with the people we love, the people in our sphere, and all the people who are with us? So the thought I'd really like to leave all of you off with is, no matter where you go and no matter where you are, there you are, whether it's in life, in family, and in our challah. And if anybody has any challah ideas, I don't know if you're all muted or not, that you'd like to share with me, or thoughts, or introduce yourself. I see we have some people that I don't know, and I'm so happy to meet other people because, like I say, Charlotte's a small community. We're an energized community, but we're a small community. So I'd love to hear from other people where you're from the time to the time we have left. And I don't know how many minutes we have left where our challah rises. So please cover your challah if it's done and your dough is done, and let it rise as we continue our amazing women being together, infusing everything with love and spirituality, and having a great night together. And thank you so much all for joining me, and for all Charlotte peeps, hi, and Shabbat Shalom, and all our new friends, hi, and Shabbat Shalom. So thank you for being with us. And any questions or thoughts that anybody would like to share with me with the time we have left? You can unmute yourselves.
I do.
Okay.
My challah dough seems very sticky.
Okay, so add a little bit of flour.
I did. It's
add a little more flour. You can let it be a little bit sticky while it, you can add a little bit of more flour and let it be a little sticky. And then as it rises, if it needs be, you'll just add a little more flour to that.
I don't know if it's the honey.
Add it in a quarter cup increments. Like, don't add a lot, because then it's going to come out super sticky.
Got it.
We don't eat challah this way. Can you hear me? We don't eat challah this way.
That's right.
We don't use eggs. We don't use sugar. We try not to use white flour. I tried doing sourdough. It's very unsuccessful. So my husband took over and he makes artisan bread, which is basically flour, water, and salt. It's absolutely delicious. Like every week I say, the only bad thing about this bread is it's just delicious. Right. So he makes it, he starts off Thursday and then it rises the whole Thursday night, and then he bakes it in the oven in those pots, those thick pots.
Right.
And then he puts a pan of water into the oven. First you take, it's the latest craze now. He takes a pot and he heats it up to 450 degrees. By that time, the bread has risen like since Thursday night. He puts it in. He puts it in paper. It's just a different way of living. You know, we haven't eaten challah with eggs and sugar and white flour in years already. It's poison to your body.
That's right. So for some people,
all the stuff that you were giving and everything, it sounded very emotional, very spiritual, and very wonderful, but it's not good for your body. So if it's not good for your body and you can't be healthy and you're going to eat too much of it, then you're killing yourself. So there's so much diabetes, there's so much cardiac problems, there's COVID, there's all this other stuff. So if you're eating this bread with sugar and flour and eggs and honey and more sugar, and then who the heck knows what you're doing with it. But, if you look very skinny, so if it works for you, it works for you. But right now, we're just on a quest to try and be healthy.
Right. And so even with that, thank you for sharing. That's true. And we can infuse spirituality in any way that we make challah. So actually in our family also, we have two types of challah. We have a gluten-free, challah that's very healthy for my husband for health reasons as well. And then I personally make, this is not my personal challah recipe, a sweeter challah for some of our guests. But in both challahs, as you say, when your husband makes it, we can have the same thoughts and have the same prayers that let this be what I need for my body to raise me spiritually and to keep me healthy and to keep me going and to elevate myself and who I am and how I make that happen and be responsible, because being healthy is also a mitzvah the same way challah is. Yeah. So that's very true. Absolutely.
Kol hakavod for living in Charlotte. We live in Chicago, so.
Where do you live, Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you have nice weather, don't you?
We have great weather. We have seasons, but we have great weather.
Where do you send your children for high school? They have to go away?
Right. Yeah. Any other thoughts that anybody might want to share on challah? There's so many fun ways. By the way, one of the things, like the challah recipe that I use actually has 7 ingredients to signify the 7 days of the week. And then we all bring it together and braid it as one in honor of Shabbat, right? And then they're all kind of braids. They're the 3 braids. And then if you make a beautiful like 6 braid challah, and again, you bring it together as one into that 7th. And then we know that before Rosh Hashanah, we make round challahs, right? And every challah, and sometimes you make, different flavored challahs. So there are times that I've actually made onion, garlic, herb challahs. So, there's so much one can do and infuse with love into that challah, whether we're making them healthy oriented because we're infusing the love of our souls and our bodies because that's what we need for our health, which is so important, or we're making them sweeter or whatever way we're making them. I have a friend who, in honor of the Shabbat after Thanksgiving makes makes challah with a pumpkin challahs. So, everybody has their way and beautiful challah, but like I said in the beginning, whether we take all the 7, the 7 ingredients and bring them together to celebrate Shabbat, or any way that we do it, we all have challah, which is another reason why here, as women, we're here, we're celebrating together.
You know what? You never spoke about taking challah. If you use less than 7 cups, then you take challah without a bracha. If you use 5 pounds, you have to take challah. You have to make a bracha.
Correct. So the reason I'm not talking about challah is because when we join together later, taking challah will be spoken about. So, when I teach, obviously I do, but yeah. So of course we take that piece of challah and we elevate it and we say a prayer, and we're going to do that as a group all together. And can you imagine how much power there's going to be in a few minutes?
No, I have a question. I was taught when you take challah, you do not burn the challah together with when you're baking the challah. So I put it on the barbecue and burn it over there, and then I forget to switch off the barbecue. I had a friend who would take all her challah and put it in a bag and put it in the freezer and then give it to her husband to burn Erev Pesach. I couldn't deal with that.
Right, so different personalities. Do you think?
So just what's everybody's minhag on how they take challah? I'm just very curious. And then my son said, "Oh, you could burn it with a challah." I said, "No, you're not allowed to burn it with a challah." That's the way I was taught.
Right. So everybody takes challah according to their custom.
No, it's not that. What's the right way?
My favorite thing is, I always tell people, have your LOR, your local Orthodox rabbi, who's happy to be there and answer questions.
There has to be a right
way. Create more challah.
A right way and a wrong way. There's a right way and a wrong way. You want to do it the right way. What's the correct way of doing it?
So there's more than one correct way.
Okay.
Welcome
back, everyone. We're going to be moving back into the main room right now.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the main room, everybody.
Everyone, please take a look.
And it was so nice to have you on the call. And thank you. And we are so proud to be part of Project Inspire and the Shabbos Project. And we hope to do many, many more projects together. We're actually also, if somebody wants to go to our website, having a Zoom Havdalah service. And
Jordana, just a warning, everyone's coming back to this room in 1 minute.
So
thank you, Sarah.
Inspiration.
Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, everybody take a look at your chat box. Everybody's coming back in. Take a look at your chat boxes now. Please, everybody here, click on this link and it's going to join you in with everyone else. Click on the link that's in your chat box and rejoin the meeting. Eliza, you have the weight room?
Yes.
Great. Okay, everybody that's still over here, that's still on this screen right here, please click on the link that's in the chat box and rejoin everybody.
Yossi, I need you to make me the co-host again. On Zoom 1, I took it away when I made you the host.
You are a co-host.
The waiting room.
Over here,
On
okay.
Zoom 1.
No, I'm not the host.
Yes, you are. Project Inspired Zoom.
No.
Uh-oh. The wrong person's the host. One second.
Sesame seeds, that have a very colorful color, a rainbow color. I like to put on mine just coarse kosher salt, a little bit.
I'm not the host, Eliza.
You know, I'm chatting with the other person. It's the Shabbos project became the host.
Why'd they log in?
I don't know. I don't know who logged on from that one.
Tell them to make you the host now.
Yeah.
Once again, Evie, Fariba, please look at the chat box down here, the chat box, and click on the link to join everybody.
And then it bakes. I think the recipe calls for it to bake it. You put it in the oven on 425, and then you put the challah in. You let it bake for 425.
Fariba, do you see the link?
The Shabbos project.
Here with me, believe it or not. And then you turn it down to 350 and let it go for about 20 minutes.
Yessie?
Yeah?
Who would be logged in as a Shabbos project?
10 minutes, and then at 350 for about 17 minutes.
Essie, I just want to add one thing quickly before everyone comes together, that with this particular batch, we're not actually taking challah. We don't have enough flour. You actually need a minimum of 15 cups or about 5 pounds. So we're not actually taking challah with this particular batch.
Okay, guys, whoever's still on over here, Hadassah, Dina, right here in your chat box, in the chat box on the bottom, please click on that link. This meeting is going to end now.
We are. The people have been coming in left and right already. So then we're done. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Is there a way to make sure that there is no waiting room, so that way I'm not pressing admit.
Oh, you're the host?
I know, 'cause I'm constantly.
Jordana, please click.
They make me the host?
Jordana,
Is there a way to check to make sure no?
call Jordana. She's the host.
To get started?
Eliza, call Jordana on the phone. She's the host. Esther, Dina, click on here. This meeting is ending. Click in your chat box. There's a link. There's a link in your chat. Click on that link.
Are you the host right now? Can you make me co-host or host also? Zoom? Perfect. Make me the host instead, please. I accidentally clicked you on there. I'm not. The Shabbat Project Zoom, who is that? Because I was told, Yessie, it's not Jordana.
Okay, I'm going to take care of it. Give me a second.
Okay, yes, he's gonna find out who it is. Right. Okay.
Okay, this is exciting. You know, this has been an awesome, I'm looking at the participants right now. Even though it says we have 311 participants, someone says there's 313. There are people there with their daughters.
Not like Jordana, I lost the power to do it right now.
People are coming together and doing this all together, and it's really awesome. Just like if we were in a live challah bake, it's really amazing. And I think we're really getting to that point where we are women. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I want to really introduce, if we have the capability, I'd like to introduce Debbie Ozolinsky, who's going to be doing the bracha, the blessing.